Hello friends, this is Nitin and I welcome you to my startup podcast channel Jazai Audio, where we share real stories with real learnings. My guest speaker today is Rajiv Manjurekar. Rajiv is an investment banker, a mentor to various overseas incubators, and now the chief advisor of datacatalyst.com, which has helped over 25 startups in terms of fundraising from early stage to Series A. Hi Rajiv, welcome to Jazai Audio and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much, Nitin. It's my pleasure.
So let's start with the first questions. We all know that during the 2008 US financial meltdown, many unicorns such as WhatsApp, Groupon, Instagram, and Slack had been founded. So now during the COVID-19 pandemic, why is now the best time for the entrepreneurs to launch their startup?
I'm sure all of you must have read in the news lately. During the Q2 of lockdown, GDP of India has touched historical low at minus 25.6. And we are not alone. It's a global meltdown. If you look at it right from USA to Europe to Southeast Asia and even Australia to the time. Now, if you look at it optimistically, nothing worse can happen from here on. If the economy has to move from here, it has to be up north. In fact, Airbnb, Groupon, Uber, Slack, even WhatsApp and Instagram, they had started during the same time. And if you look at them today, you all know where they stand in terms of their valuation. In fact, if you have to go a little bit in the 70s, in fact, even Microsoft and Apple started just after the US recession due to oil crisis in the 1970s. Right. So if you have a strong heart, great idea, a super team, you should take the plunge now. That is what my advice to the startup.
Absolutely. How should the entrepreneurs now locate for a problem which hasn't been effectively resolved yet by the existing players?
So if you look at the evolution of mankind, right from the primitive caveman life to the industrialization which during the early part of the last century, to the age of internet, what we call today, we have a solution for everything. However, as we continue to evolve, we are facing some or the other new problems, and that's where innovation kicks in. Like for example, if you look at Uber, before Uber, we all were hailing taxi rides, but Uber changed the way we commuted, we traveled. So there is always a better way of doing things with the help of new technology, and with the kind of access to the data we have, there can be many more ways to look at things and resolving problems as they come. Now, nobody had predicted COVID and a new normal life as we are forced to live. This is a new problem. As a result, you are seeing a lot of innovations which are helping us cope up, and it will continue for some time. Even government is supporting such new ideas, and if we can monetize the opportunity, then it's called business. So this is not the end. We will be seeing a lot of new innovations in the coming days.
Okay, can you share some examples?
Let me give you two examples here. One which is solved, I know for sure, and the other one, I'm personally working on a disruptive idea with the team. When we go out nowadays, we carry a small sanitizer bottle in our pocket, but the problem is every time you want to use it, you have to put your hand in the pocket or purse to retrieve it. So you end up contaminating the contents, including the bottle itself. Now there is someone who has come up with an amazing idea. It is a silicone wristband, like a fitness band, with a built-in squeezy container. You just need to fill it with the liquid and tie it to your wrist, and every time you want to use it, just press the band which spills the liquid on your wrist. Now isn't it handy, convenient, and a simple solution? Second problem is something which is not solved yet. That is what I think. Restaurant dining is still not allowed as there is no solution to reduce the human contacts without keeping social distancing.
Cool. Are there any ways where the entrepreneurs can figure out any unmet need?
You have to look at it. The best solution is the solution you build for yourself. That's what I always tell the startup entrepreneurs. Put yourself in the shoes of a customer and check if you need the solution which you are innovating, and you will find the answer. Okay. So many great ideas are born while solving problem for self or your loved ones or somebody whom you are immediately in contact in the society or in your own family. Then you suddenly realize, oh yes, this is a global problem and you need a global solution for this. So if I have to give you a use case again, if you are doing a job, you are offering a product or a solution to your customer. This is an innovation done by someone long back in your company. Maybe it was the founder of that company who had come up with this innovation. However, over the years, the solution which your company is offering may not solve the complete problem of that user or that customer. Now, if you are an entrepreneur, you will start finding another way to solve the same problem and may even come up with a better solution. This can be even converted in a business opportunity. So you are unknowingly figuring out a solution which nobody saw before you did, and you came up with a solution which is perfectly fitting your customers, and you are making a business out of it.
So in terms of competition, what strategies can the entrepreneurs use to figure out any loopholes in them?
Do not assume things. things. Do not assume your product is perfect and the competition is useless. You may just discover a great solution while using your competitor's product or services, and you may decide to do innovation to suit your own need which that competitor product is not solving. So one of the ways you want to find the loophole in your competition is to use their product, and you will find for yourself where and how you can plug the gap. I have been advising and mentoring startups over the last 2 years now, and trust me, this is a common trait which I have been seeing with the founders of the startups which are in my portfolio. They all have innovated something while being a customer of their competitor, and they have come up with a better solution which they are offering to the market right now, and they are successful in doing what they are doing today.
Awesome. So Rajiv, any last minute advice?
So apart from timing the entry in the startup ecosystem today, what the budding entrepreneurs should look at is starting without any preconceived fear and expectations. I will say, if you have a great product idea which is solving a real life problem, and if it is scalable, then other things like monetization and funding will fall in place.
So with this, we have reached at the end of the podcast. Thank you, Rajiv, for talking to us and sharing some valuable insights on Jazza Radio.
Thank you, Nitin. It was a pleasure talking to you, and I'm sure all the listeners have enjoyed this session. I'm super active on LinkedIn and will be glad to connect and help the budding entrepreneurs.
Lastly, I want to thank all the listeners who took their valuable time to listen to this podcast. Keep rocking, be safe, and don't forget to share.